Hi there, I'm Sally High, owner of High Expectations Counseling in Orlando. And I just want to briefly talk about the victim mentality and how it's holding us all back. And I think we're all guilty of wanting to place blame on other people or say that, this wouldn't have happened if they hadn't said this or done this. And it's just a very disempowering position to come from, because how can we be a victim when they're really expectations we place on other people? And I know I've talked about this before in videos, but I just see it more and more with my clients, especially with couples. And the reality is nobody owes us anything. Those are all just expectations and conditioning that we came into this world expecting. My boss should treat me like this, or, my parents shouldn't have said this. And it's disempowering. It takes all of your power away. And I truly believe in being 100% responsible for our own actions. Why? Because that leads us to true freedom. That leads us to a place where we can actually start to embrace the fact that those experiences where we think we're a victim are actually teachers coming in to show us the path back to self, to self-reliance, to knowing there is nothing outside of self that can fill self. And that the well is within you, but we're all dipping into someone else's well, expecting it not to be dry as they're dipping into someone else's. So take a parent, my mom should be more nurturing, or this or this or this. Well, she's, sitting there maybe thinking about how her mom should have been more nurturing. So the question is, can we stop trying to dip into other people's wells, meaning expecting them to fill us up and give us accolades and pat us on the back? How are you ever really going to know if somebody's truly, sincerely saying or meaning what they're saying? And I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but let's just be realistic. I mean, someone could be like, you are by far my best friend ever. And you're like, oh my gosh, if you needed to hear that and you needed that validation, you'll eat it right up. Just know, on both spectrums, if somebody gets upset in therapy, and trust me, I've been told off plenty of times before, but I'm like, oh, I hit a nerve, but at the same time, you're going to have someone who's going to be like, you're the best therapist ever, or you're the worst. But I'm neither. I'm somewhere in the middle, I try to stay right-sized, because what they personalize or what they, interpret isn't necessarily the intention that I, meant or anything. But I'm not going to sit there for a lifetime and try to prove to them that I'm a square, and when they clearly see me as a circle. But I believe that not speaking, I don't want to say truth, but speaking, if a client comes in, they want to go left, my job is to take them right. If they want to go up, it's to show them down. It's to show them the contrast. I could just be one of the self-affirming therapists who's like, oh yeah, you know what? You're very right to feel that way, and you're doing a great job and all that stuff. But that doesn't serve the higher purpose of really working on your shadow self, really working on those parts of yourself that you need to grow spiritually. So just some food for thought. Have a great day.